Being a dentist can be super awesome. It's also super exhausting. And at times, it makes you want to cry on the inside part of your body, like my drawing here. What are things that happen that might make you want to cry in your dental office? The class 2 ring thing flies off the tooth, falls onto the ground. You turn to your assistant and say, "Can I have another class 2 ring thingy?" And your assistant says, "Is this one good?" And you look down and it's a mangled pedo one. And you say, "Perfect, this one will have to do." You cry inside. Your amazing team is doing an amazing job fighting over who took the last roll of paper towels. One of the most cry inside inducing thing, insurance adjustments. Insurance just pay us less, even though it costs more to run a dental practice. Totally nacho nuts. So what can we do on Talking Nachos? Figure out ways to make us feel like this. Develop our dental core. And I have friends, sponsors, key resources you're going to hear from that help dentists cry less inside, help you increase your success and decrease stress. I'm ready for my first guest. It's one of my favorite things to do. Share with you people in your dentisting neighborhood who can help you. So Ariel, you can bring up. Awesome. So I have fellow dentist who is way smarter than me on so many levels, but she chose to not check hygiene. She chose to not have to deal with dentures. She chose to not have to do class 2s. Dr. Sonia, shares with us what you do in your daily dental life.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Sonia Chopra, and I am a board certified endodontist in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm also co-founder, well, not co-founder, I'm the founder. What am I talking about? Of eSchool, Everyday Endo Made Easy, which is my online endo education course that I created a few years ago. And I now get to do my passion, which is really teaching.
Awesome. I like that. You're helping dentists do better endo, or better yet, we'll talk about it in a few minutes, know what to do and what not to. But I want to ask you a question first. Do you miss doing partial dentures? Do you wish you can go back to bend a class and have it fly off the whole partial? Do you miss that?
Not at all. I can't, I couldn't do a denture to save my life. And I
bet it's nice when you finish the endo and they go, "What kind of crown? What's this?" Yeah, someone else deals with that. You can ask your general dentist. I need to fill another room. No one once has complained about the color of gutta percha either. Very nice thing. So I love what you're doing. I followed you online. You do things to help dentists. Break down for us, what is eSchool? What is it designed to do? What are some of the dentists doing that have done it? Would love to learn more.
Yeah, eSchool is really designed to fill in the education gap. At least I got 2 weeks of an endodontic didactic education in dental school. And then I was only required to do 4 root canals. And then I was told, okay, you can do root canals. I actually was a GP who did a ton of root canals when I started. And now in retrospect, now that I'm an endodontist, I see, oh my God, look at all the things that I did wrong. I missed MB2s all the time. And I just believed that they weren't there. And I started lecturing in my community after I started my own practice, and I started to see that people just had the same questions. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. I think we just need more of this. And I think that we need to make it in a way, because as dentists, as practice owners, when we're running our own business, when we have our families, we need to learn in a way that makes sense. We can't keep closing our practice. We can't keep flying and leaving our kids behind. Right. We needed to find a smart way. So I created an online course that really kind of is like a endodontic residency smushed all in a nice little package that you can access from anywhere, anytime, any device. And it just fits into everybody's life.
And that's so key, because one of the things I'll share, I did a multi-year general practice residency, and I just went to speak the other night, which was great. I told them one of the things that they're learning is they're learning how hard things are and when you don't want to do things. So what I always share with dentists is, even if you don't want to do all your own endo, at least know what you want to do, what you don't want to do, where you're going to get yourself into trouble. I mean, I'm sure as a GP, and we've all done it, you started a case and you just think halfway through the case, I never should have started this case. Or there's cases that are straightforward that you can tackle in your practice. Do you take the online component and also put that together with a hands-on component? Can people come and see what you do and actually treat patients?
Yeah, actually, there's 3 ways to take the course. You can just get the content and digest it on your own, which I actually never suggest doing. Or you can get group coaching with me. So you actually get me alongside to help you get through the course and create that accountability, but also add that extra layer of information where we can talk specifics about your problems and your specific questions. And then I also now have eSchool Live, which is a live patient hands-on course where I take 5 dentists at a time. So it's a very small group, COVID friendly, right? And you come into my practice, you get to use all my toys, my microscope, all my gadgets, and you get to perform root canals on live patients. Like extracted teeth just doesn't correlate to real life. Like when
it was like the Dentiform from dental school. It's like, I don't think during the procedure I can just rip the patient's whole head off, hold it here, and polish the inside. So and a couple of things you said there were so key is that, I help Dentists Connect for Jobs. Dentist Job Connect's one of my favorite things to do, my favorite nacho toppings. But it's almost like practice owners forget what it was like to go to dental school because they say, Paul, Jill, I want an associate out of dental school that can do molar endo. I go, could you do molar endo out of a dental school? Like, no. I'm like, well, it's gotten worse, not better. And I mean, we could talk the whole Talking Nachos about this challenge, but to just put it diplomatically, the clinical reps that dental students are getting in some of this very difficult stuff is not adequate to then go do it in private practice. But there's opportunities for them to help patients be more productive, help their community. I mean, I practice in Center City, Philadelphia. So sometimes, I practice in New Jersey, live in Center City. Sometimes I forget that there isn't an endodontist on every block for people. Sometimes this is actually a real community service because your endodontist could be an hour or 2 hours away. So you're actually just trying to do more for your patients. So I love it.
Or even they're booked out, right? Like, well, what if you get that Friday afternoon patient who's dying? Like every general dentist needs to know how to at least get them out of pain, and you still got to access, you still got to find the canals, you got to do that pulpectomy. And so it's so vital for general dentists to know this.
And tell me this, Sonia, because I know this through doing implants and a lot of the things in dental school, the dental student Hunger Games, we're taught to compete instead of collaborate. But why as an endodontist, are you glad that your general referrals know more about endo? How does that help you as an endodontist when they are more well-trained in endo?
So let's start with just the diagnostic standpoint. Like when they know how to diagnose when it's actually endo pain and not like something that's non-restorable or a periodontal pain, then I'm getting quality referrals into my practice. They actually need treatment and convert into treatment. I'm more available for my community to take on true dental emergencies, not just diagnosing and saying you don't need endo. So like just on the diagnostic piece, it's so important. So there's a ton of people who like, oh, I don't need endo. I don't need to do that. I don't need to learn that. But actually you do, because the first stop for the patient is your office and you triage them. And so you need to make sure they land at the right spot. I have a lot of patients who get super frustrated when I'm like, sorry, I need to refer you to so-and-so because this is actually a periodontal problem.
They feel it's a wasted appointment. So that's just so key. So, there's plenty of endo for everyone to share, just like nachos.
There really is. Like we have 32 teeth, right? There's 32 chances for every single person to need an endo. So,
and it just raises the game for everybody. So I love that. I'm a huge fan of online learning, whether it's personal or whether it's what we produce. I'm also a fan of in-person learning. We just had the Perio Amigos, Dimitri and Fadi, come to Philadelphia. You got to follow them. They did soft tissue grafting, hands-on on models. So it's just so key to do this. Sonia, if somebody's watching and they're like, I see Dr. Nacho talking to Dr. Sonia, how can they reach out to you to learn more about eSchool?
Well, you can always find me on Instagram at Sonia Chopra DDS. You can find me on my website, soniachopradds.com. There's tons of free content there. I write a weekly blog that will tell you an awesome tooth story that will, I promise you, relate to a patient that you've seen in your practice and make you even better at what you do. And you can also email me at sonia@soniachopradds.com.
Awesome, Sonia. Hang around for a little bit. Love you, Sharon. Thanks so much for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.